Hi there! Tired of manually creating Word documents? With Converter by Power to Apps in Power Automate, you can dynamically generate Word files that practically build themselves. Sounds like magic, right? But trust me, it's no magic. It's the Converter by Power to Apps. Let's start simplifying complexity. Open Power Automate and dive right into it. You already know that we are dynamically creating a Word report. So what we are going to do today in specific is using this SharePoint library, which contains pictures. First of all, a picture of a superglue, picture of a headset, and a picture of a giraffe, plus some description to the picture and an ID. And we are going to add all this information dynamically to a Word report. So let's see how the magic is being applied. So we first of all chose to manually trigger a flow and thereafter get file content of a template which we have created beforehand in order to get our corporate design into it. So you can see we created this template which includes our logo and some string to it. Plus we also added some customized showcase style for us to use inside the template. So we retrieve this template inside the get file content action. Thereafter, we use our Power to Apps own add text to Word file action. So what we are using here as the existing file content is the template you have just seen, and we add some string into it in the style of heading 1, and we chose to add this will be an awesome dynamically created Word document. Thereafter comes a very important step of this tutorial today. We're going to save the response of that add text to Word file action inside a variable as string. So how are we going to do that? We can do that by dynamically adding the file response as string to our variable. This allows us to save, obviously, the Word document as string to our variable and later on append to same variable and therefore create the dynamic word. But we're going to get into that. Before, we use the get files action in order to retrieve the SharePoint folder. So you've seen those three pictures with the description and the ID, and we retrieve all of them. Since since there are more than one, and for each is being applied, and inside the for each we retrieve the file content of the pictures. So you can see we use the full path of the current item in order to retrieve the picture. As a next step inside the for each loop, we add text to Word file using our own Converter by Power to Apps action again. And as existing file content, you see that we use our Word file as a string, which is being saved in this variable. Now you can see that we have also chosen our own customized showcase style as type, and we use the text picture plus the ID of the current item in order to add the text to the Word file. Then, of course, we want to add the image to the Word file as well. So as existing file content, we use the file response of the previous add text to Word file action. We choose the file content of the get file content using path action, which is the first one inside this loop. And we also add the description of the picture to that inside table. This is basically a very nice feature of our add image to Word file within table action, that you can choose to have the action on the the picture on the left hand side and the description of the picture on the right hand side, and it's already formatted inside table. As the last action inside our apply to each loop, we have saved the file response of the add image to Word file within table in our variable var Word file as string. And again, we use the file response as string from our add image to Word file within table. Lastly, there's only left to create the file. So we use the awesome dynamic Word name plus a timestamp, and we have to use the base 64 to binary expression in order to add the file content of our variable to the Word report. So let's test our flow and run it. And I assume that our for each loop is going to have 3 repetitions since there are 3 pictures inside the SharePoint library. And yes, you can see that there are now 3 repetitions, and for each repetition, the file content is being retrieved, the text is added, the image and the description is added inside a table, and the variable is set to the current image and description. So you can see now that our word report is being created, and let's take a look inside of it. So you see, this is the string we added outside of the loop. This will be an awesome dynamically created Word document in the style heading 1. And then you can see inside the loop, we used our customized heading style and chose to add picture plus the ID to it. And of course, we added the picture and the description of the picture inside the table. Hence, we guaranteed that this is very nicely formatted. And you can see how we dynamically added pictures and description to create this Word report. Almost magical.